Welcome to day one, Intro to a Balancing Yoga Practice. So today we're going to start with some breath work, some pranayama. It's kind of a simple technique and it will help balance the left and the right side of the body. So let's begin. We'll start with the right hand. And so what I want you to do is just bring in the middle finger and your index finger. So it's kind of awkward feeling, but it looks like that. And so we're making a mudra here with this hand. We will then place this thumb on the right nostril, blocking it off. And then we will inhale through the left side, block off the left, and exhale out the right. And then we will repeat about 4 more times. Maybe you want to do it 5 more times. Let's just take a moment to do the right side of the body. So blocking off the right nostril, inhale through the left. Block off the left, exhale out the right. Inhale through the left. Exhale out the right. Inhale left.
This is me
Exhale right.
when I was your age.
Blocking off the left. Okay, one more time. Great, so let's do the left side now. Once again, drawing in that middle finger and the index finger. It's easy to get that kind of, or it's easy for that to be confusing. Don't worry, it's really not a big deal. So let's begin on the opposite side. So blocking off the left nostril, inhale through the right, block off the right, exhale, left. Inhale right, exhale left. Inhale right, exhale left. Inhale right, exhale left. One more time, inhale right, exhale left. Bring your hands to the tops of your knees. Hopefully you're seated in a cross-legged position. You can be lotus or just basic style here. And then resting our hands, relax the shoulders. Let's take a moment to just feel that breath practice we just did. The alternate nostril breathing helps to once again regulate the left and the right side of the body by clearing the left and the right nasal passages. Breath work is always important to start off any yoga practice. I firmly believe that. It's often not taught, depending on what studio you go to, which yoga video you watch, but personally, I love to incorporate the breath. The breath is everything. It's what helps us do our practice. If it's not for you, feel free at any time to skip ahead of the video. That's cool if you don't have enough time to do it today, maybe tomorrow, no worries. There'll be 2 more parts in this series, which are going to include vinyasa flows that will get a little more advanced and lead up to a solid balancing flow that I will show you guys. It may not make a whole lot of sense right now, but we're going to work our way up to it. So this first class is going to be kind of simple. I'm going to introduce you to sun salutations. And what else we're going to do? We're going to do tree pose. And yeah, we're going to keep it simple. So enjoy the practice. Find your own balance. I'm here to guide you, but I'm not here to tell you what to do. And there's a big difference between that. So I hope you guys enjoy. Namaste, many blessings. So let's start by taking some neck rolls. With the left side, inhale as you round towards the back. Exhale as you come forward. Inhale as you round towards the back. Exhale to come forward. Taking your time, we always want to be gentle with the neck. So inhale as you round towards the back. Exhale to come forward. Take a breath here and we'll do a round on the left side. So inhale towards the back. If you find any good spots, feel free to stop there and hang out for a moment. If not, keep it coming towards the front of the body, drawing the chin close into the chest. Let's pause here, opening up to the back of the neck. Deep breath. Then we'll inhale to round towards the back of the body. We'll take a couple more rounds here for the left side. Once again, let's pause, drawing the chin in close to the chest. Drop the shoulders away from the ears and kind of start to round them down towards the back of the body. Okay, and then once you have that, draw the chin into the chest, the top of the heart. Take a deep breath. One more breath. Breathing into the back of the neck. Releasing any tension you have there. Great. Can rise the head up nice and slow. And then we'll come to a seated position. We'll come to an all-fours position on the mat. So my knees are directly below my hips, and the knees are about hips width apart. My hands are below the shoulders. Okay, and my spine is pretty flat here. From here, we'll do some cat-cows. So we'll inhale to arch, gazing up at the ceiling. Exhale, round the back, tuck the tail. Pressing away from the mat. Inhale, slight bend in the elbows. Pointing the tailbone up, gazing up. Exhale, draw the navel to the spine, pressing away from the mat. Inhale, the heart moves forward. Exhale, round and tuck. Inhale, coming forward. Couple more on your own. See if you can find your own flow here. Just connect with the breath and the movement. Make them as one. Great. Coming back to neutral spine. We're going to tuck the toes, pressing through the palms of the hands. So spreading the fingers wide and then pointing the index finger straight ahead. And when I get that strong base, I'm going to lift the hips, press the heels back, walk my feet back a little bit more, into downward facing dog. So we want to keep a nice, length in the spine here. So as you can see, we don't want to be up here. On And then exhale, press your heart towards the top of your thighs. This is kind of just an energetic motion here. You're not really going to touch your heart to your thighs, but imagine that's what you're doing, okay? So sending the shoulder blades down the back, rounding slightly here. So externally rounding the shoulders, drawing the upper arms in, if you will, and my hands are strong. So lifting my hips a little bit higher, my bottom here is like the top of a mountain peak. Then on an inhale, tuck the toes, walk in between the hands for forward fold. So here I'm pressing into all four corners of my feet. I'm letting the head and the neck hang heavy. I'm letting the arms be heavy. The feet are hips width apart here. So we'll grab the opposite elbows. Let everything drain, let all the blood drain to your head. Letting all that tension in the upper body kind of fall away. We can start to rock from side to side here. You want to keep a slight bend in the knees to protect the hamstrings and the low back. The low back should not be bothering you. In forward fold, it's actually a great release for the low back. So once again, have those elbows and rocking back and forth. And then come back to center, let the arms hang heavy. And on an inhale, we'll rise all the way up to standing, taking your time, inch by inch, stacking the spine. So I'm going nice and slow, don't come up too fast. The head and the neck are the last things. Finally straightening out the legs. This is mountain pose. So as you can see, I'm going to bring my hands together in a prayer position, or the Anjali Mudra. We're just bringing your thumbs here in between the breastbone here. And now I'm going to rock back and forth. Slight bend in the knees. Sternum, that was the word I was looking for. Slightly tuck the tailbone. Draw the shoulders down and away from the ears. I'm going to be giving you that cue quite a bit during the class. I know most of us that have busy lives and work desk jobs, or whatever it is, driving a lot, we tend to put a lot of shit on our shoulders, a lot of baggage. And I often see people just walking around like this, and I just want to compress on their shoulders and let them release that. So closing the eyes, bringing the intention inward, focusing on how it feels to be grounded right now. Have your feet on the ground wherever you are. Imagine the earth below you, and the heavens above you, extending to the top of your crown and all the way down to the bottom of your feet. Inhale, arms up overhead. Deep breath in, exhale, folding forward, hinging from the hips. Let it all hang down. Inhale, halfway up, so straightening the legs, bringing the hands to the shins, pressing the shoulders back, the heart is forward, and just gazing somewhere out in front of you. Take a breath. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. One more time. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, coming all the way down. Step the left foot back, then the right. And here we are at the top of the plank. So the heart is pressing forward as you press out through your heels. The tummy is tucked, the navel is tucked slightly up to the spine. My hands are really active here, my arms are really active. Okay, and it may be a difficult pose at first, but after a while it's going to be like a piece of cake. So while we're here, take a breath, drop the knees, bend the elbows, and we'll come all the way down, knees, chest, chin. Drawing the elbows in a little bit more. We'll take an inhale, rising up to cobra. So you don't have to come too far up. And make sure you're not sending too much weight or stress into the low back. We want to open through the top of the heart and the upper back. So we want a full arch in the spine here, not just the low back. So keep that in mind. It may not be very helpful to you right now if you're just super beginner, but bear with me. So take a breath. Exhale, come all the way down, resting on the right cheek. We'll inhale one more time for cobra. Pressing into my hands, bending the elbows, drawing them into the ribs. That's a really important cue for cobra. Deep breath. Exhale, come down, tuck the toes, press through the hands, bend the knees, downward facing dog. And we'll start to walk the dog out here. So that just means I'm bending one knee at a time. And if you can, that means pressing one heel into the mats and lifting the opposite up. If you don't have both heels on the mat, that's okay. You can still just bend one knee at a time, letting the other one be long and flexed, and just go back and forth here. Great, and so we'll inhale to the tippy toes, look in between the hands, walking up to meet them, forward fold. Slight bend in the knees, we're hinging over the hips here. Letting the arms be heavy, deepening the breath, really pressing out through the feet. We'll inhale halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up to rising, reaching the hands out to the sides, fingers spread wide, and then reaching the arms all the way up to the sky. Take a deep breath, exhale, hands to heart. Take a moment in Tadasana or mountain pose. And this pose is a great pose to cultivate perfect posture, really. Often, most of us walk around with posture all over the place, and it causes lots of stress on the body, so mountain pose kind of realigns that for us. So we'll inhale, reaching the arms up overhead. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, come down and right leg back, then left, top of a push-up. Inhale, exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Lift the knees, press the pelvis into the mat. Draw the shoulders down and back, pressing into the hands. Deep breath. You can also be a little bit lower, that feels better for you. And another option I will give you is Sphinx pose. So we're on the forearms here, and we lift the heart up, pressing through the forearms. And same thing, drawing the heart forward, creating a slight arch in the back. Deep breath. And then lower down, resting on the left cheek this time. And let's come up one more time. So inhale to cobra. Tuck the toes, bend the knees, downward facing dog. And please take your time to get to the poses. There's no rush here. If I'm going too fast for you, please Find your own pace, your own flow, and just try to catch up with me. So walking the dog out a little bit more here, and trying to align the breath with the movement. So inhale as you bend one knee, exhale as you release, bending the opposite. And we'll do this for another moment here. And we'll inhale to the tippy toes. Look in between the hands, walking up to meet them. Forward fold. Slight bend in the knees, let the head and the neck be heavy. We'll start to walk the hands over to the left side, keeping the feet planted where they are. And then back through the middle, and over to the right side. And then back to the center. We'll inhale halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up to rising. Bringing the hands out to the sides, reaching up, hands come together. And exhale, hands to heart. Awesome. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hinging from the hips. Start to bend the knees. Inhale, halfway up. Straighten the legs. Press the shoulders back, heart forward. Exhale, come all the way down, left leg back, then the right, and then we're here in plank pose. So once again, I'm drawing my heart forward. I'm on my tippy toes, and I'm pressing out through the backs of the heels. The navel is kind of sucking in as if it's kissing, just trying to kiss the spine. If that makes any sense for you. And then we'll lower down, knees, chest, chin. With the top of the feet laid flat on the mat. Draw the shoulders back, and then we'll inhale for cobra. And an exhale coming down, resting on the right cheek. And then we'll inhale for cobra. Really pressing into my hands here. And then tuck the toes. Start to send the hips back towards the heels as you lift up for downward facing dog. Feel free to walk the dog out again. Make any adjustments or movements that might feel good. Definitely want to try it out. It will take you a while to find your down dog. It may not look like everyone else's, but you will get there. So no worries on that. And now we will do a warrior one sequence. So inhale the left leg up to the sky. Bend the left knee. You can stay here or send that left foot over to the right hip, if you will, opening up the left side of that left hip. Awesome. Inhale, reaching that left foot in between the hands. So we'll set up the back foot at about a 60-degree angle. So don't worry about too much what that means, or worry about what that means too much. We will just plant that foot at an angle, right? Ground through the feet. Start to rise up, bringing the arms out to the sides, as if you were holding a ball in between both arms. So my shoulders are dropped, right? So it's like I'm holding the earth in between my hands, in between my arms. The front knee is directly above the front ankle, so there's that. And then my hips are squaring the front of the earth. So inhale, arms reach up, drop the shoulders away from the ears. Take a deep breath. Inhale, straighten the front leg, reaching up. We're going to fold over, straight in front of you. So extending the left leg nice and long. pressing that left hip back, right moves forward, and then coming all the way down if you can. If not, and you happen to have a prop around you, a cushion, a stool, you could prop yourself up here. It's okay to keep a slight bend in the knee. If you can come all the way down, that's great as well. So just focus on pressing this left hip back and pulling the right forward. This is a great stretch for the hamstrings, the whole back of the leg. So deep breath here. Start to bend that left knee, rising back up to warrior one, strong legs. Remember, drop the shoulders down, fingers are pointed towards the ceiling. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, plant the hands. Inhale, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, float it down. Great. We'll walk out the feet here, lifting one heel up at a time. And then we'll inhale to the tippy toes, looking between the hands and walking up to meet that. Forward fold. Deep breath here, collapsing over the hips, drawing the heart towards the thighs, towards the knees. Let it all melt off of your shoulders, off of your arms, any weight, any stress. Pressing really firm through the feet here. And then we'll inhale halfway up, straighten the legs. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way to standing. Arms reach out to the sides, looking up at the fingertips. Exhale, folding forward. Nice and slow. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, left leg back, right leg back. Come to the top of the plank. Move the heart forward. Exhale, lower all the way down, bending the elbows, closing them in towards the ribs. Awesome, pressing the pelvis into the mat. Inhale, pressing yourself up through the hands. Arch throughout the whole spine here, not shoving anything into the low back. Pressing the heart forward, engaging the quads, lifting the knees, maybe sending the head back. Deep breath. Bend the knees, press yourself back. We'll take a child's pose here, the first one of the class. So you can have a couple options here. You can bring the big toes together, and so opening the knees apart. A little bit wider than hips, wider than hips width, and then walking the hands out. But keeping your hips back towards the heel. So I'm not over here. I'm still sitting back, but I'm reaching out with the arms, and then resting the forehead on the mat. You can also bring the knees together, and maybe you want to just bring your hands back behind you. We'll take a couple more breaths here. And slowly make your way back into downward facing dog. Lift the hips high. Relax the shoulders back. Give your head a nice little shake back and forth. Maybe inhale the heels away from the mat. Exhale, float them down. And we'll take the other side from here. So inhale the right leg back. You can bend that right knee. And let it fall over to the left side, opening up that right hip. So if that feels good, continue to do so. If not, keep it lifted. Deep breath in. Exhale, bring it all the way in between the hands if you can. So we'll set up the back foot here at an angle. Ready? Rising up. Deep breath. You might have to maneuver the feet so we're at a strong runner's lunge here. My right knee is directly above that right ankle. My back knee is not locked yet it's not really bent either. Squaring the hips to the front of the mat. Reaching the arms up nice and strong. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Feel strong like a warrior. Deep breath. Straighten the front leg. We'll take pyramid pose on this side. So inhale to lift up. Exhale as you lower all the way down. So keeping the hips square. Lowering down. Don't worry about how far you get. If this is too difficult for you today, feel free to come back into the child's pose that we just did a moment ago. It's always a safe pose, a resting pose you can take throughout the class at any time. So we'll bend that front knee again, rising up, warrior one. Deep breath. Exhale, float the hands down to the mat. Inhale, right leg kicks up. Exhale, float it down. Great. So that was a warrior one sequence on both sides. We'll walk the feet out here a little bit. I just always love to do that when I'm in down dog. And come back to your breath. If it's gone away from you, if you've trailed off to thoughts of what you're going to do later, just come back to the breath. Deepen, lengthen. Focus on what feels good for your body right now and what doesn't. And just try to be mindful of that and take care of yourself in this practice. So inhale the tippy toes. Exhale as you walk in between. Forward fold. Now we're going to do chair pose here. So start to drop the hips back as you bend the knees. Press nice and strong through the feet. And then we'll rise up. You can even bring the knees together for a little bit, for more stability here. So inhale, the arms reach up, drop the shoulders down, extend through the fingertips. And I'm really activating the core here. So this is a good posture for many things, for low back pain, for working the fire in the belly, get it churning, get it burning. So deep breath. Also strengthens the legs, provides us with some balance here, finding a drishti point on the floor. That is just a glorified word for finding a point of focus. So inhale, and for 3, and 2, and 1. Inhale, lift up. Bring the hands to the heart, walk the feet apart, shake out the legs. We'll take a deep inhale to rise the hands up to the sky. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway up. We're going to pick up the speed a little bit more. Exhale, fold, coming down into plank. Take a breath. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walking out the feet. We'll inhale to the tippy toes, looking between the hands and walking up to meet them. Forward folds. So grounding through the feet. Once again, inhale halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way to standing. Press through the feet. Reach out through the fingers. All the way up to the sky, lifting the hips up, or lifting the ribs up, looking at your fingers. Exhale, hands to heart. Awesome. So we're going to do tree pose. So we're going to do tree pose now. So we will start with the right side, and we're going to do both sides. Bring the right knee in, close to the belly. Prop it over here to the right side. And then, grounding through that left leg like a tree, Bringing that right foot on the inside of the left leg. You can rest it there, or down here might be a little safer for you today, or right on the inside of that thigh. And pressing this knee back, so we're kind of in a nice line here across the body. Bringing the hands in front of the heart. Find that drishti point again, that point of focus on the floor or on a wall in front of you. Take a deep breath. Imagine yourself strong, beautiful, enormous, like a tree. And then we'll rise the hands up, reaching out through the fingertips. And now these are our branches of the tree. And we're standing almighty and strong, still focused, still balanced. Couple more breaths. You can do it. If you already lost your balance, it's okay. That's why we're doing this series together, to cultivate more balance in our practice. So bring the hands back in front of the heart. Grab the right knee, draw it in. Still balancing on that left leg. And then exhale, let it go. Whew, shake out the legs, shake out the head, the neck, the shoulders. Cool, and so we'll do the left side. Draw the left knee in. Hold it here for a moment. Walk it out to the left side. Use that right arm for balance. And then bring it on into the inside of that right thigh. I'm pressing my foot into the thigh as I'm grounding through that left leg. And then I'm standing up nice and tall. And I'm finding a point to gaze on for focus. Got this. And then inhaling the arms up for full tree pose. And I'm finding a smile on your face if you can. Nothing serious going on here, just doing a little bit of yoga. No big deal. Couple more breaths. I'm really pressing into that right foot. I'm like, my toes are like digging into the mat. So bringing the hands back in front of the heart. Take a breath. Grabbing that left knee, hug it in. And then let it go down to the mat. Shake those legs out. Whew. Awesome. We're doing that. Now we will come down onto our toes. We're going to stretch out the toes here. So bringing the knees close together and the thighs kissing each other. We're going to try to balance on the toes here. So leaving the arms down by the sides of the body and the fingers are drawing towards the earth. See if you can handle this. Take a couple breaths. Might be easier to keep your eyes open. Finding some points. Really pressing in. Seeing if you can feel all your toes. Pressing them into the mat. And then we'll bring the hands together in front of the heart. Take a couple more breaths. We've done a lot of work so far, so feel good about that. Maybe you're squeezing together the thighs for a little bit more balance. Bring a little bit more balance here. If that feels good. Great. Release the hands to the side. We'll come onto our bottoms. And then we're going to grab and hug everything in, drawing the top of the forehead onto the top of the knees. Deep breath, letting out any sighs of relief. And then we'll stretch both legs out. Go ahead and lift up the butt cheeks actually, so you can be on your sits bones. Then pointing the toes up to the ceiling, we'll inhale the arms up. Exhale, folding and pulling over the hips. So the navel draws in as I fold over, and I'm reaching for the toes. And maybe you're not going to be all the way here. That's okay. You can be here at your shins. trying to not over curl the back. You know, I'm trying to keep some length in the spine as I fold over. A couple deep breaths. Inhale, rising back up. We'll stretch the feet apart. Nice wide stance here. You might have to adjust your bottom again. You're sitting up nice and tall to begin with. Take a deep breath. Exhale, walking out in front of you. Pointing the toes up towards the ceiling, so keeping the feet flexed here. Take a couple breaths here. And on your next exhale, see if you can fold a little bit deeper. We'll inhale to walk ourselves back up. Take that breath. And then we'll walk over to the right side. Just reaching out for the right toes. You can reach out for the right ankle or the shin, whatever feels best. 2 more breaths, keeping the feet flexed. And keeping both hips rooted down to the mat. We'll crawl back through center and over to the left side. Same thing here, reaching out for those left toes. Taking a couple breaths. Relaxing, releasing, letting anything go that does not bring you balance in this moment, that does not contribute to balance of mind or body or spirit. Let it go. And we'll crawl back through center, reaching out nice and long. One more time. Reach, reach, reach. Rising back up. And then we'll walk the feet back together. We'll draw the right knee in towards the chest. And we'll do a twist here. So we always want to twist from the navel. So we hinge from the hips in forward folds. And then we twist from the navel and twist. So bringing that right foot over the left leg here, we want to place it right next to that left thigh on the outside. And then we're going to start to twist from the navel, drawing that right hand back behind, so it's somewhere near the sacrum. And then that left elbow will come right in front of the right knee. So I'm pressing into it so I can twist a little deeper. Then my left foot is flexed and my left hand is flexed. And I'm lifting up nice and tall. So I'm not collapsing in the twist. I'm still lifting through the heart. Take 3 breaths here. Enjoy this deep twist. It really helps to ease and massage the organs inside the body. And then we'll slowly unwind from that, stretching the right leg out nice and long. And then we'll take the left side. So draw the left knee in. Place it over the right side. And we'll start to twist here, drawing that left hand back behind you. And now I'm facing you in a different direction, so If you were confused at all before, you can get a better view. So placing that right elbow against that left knee, and then I'm twisting here a little deeper. Staying lifted in the chest, keeping those right toes flexed. Smile, breathe, enjoy the twist. A few moments here. And then we'll slowly release the twist, reaching that left leg out nice and long. Shake out the legs. Right, and then we'll come all the way onto our backs now. You can get there however you like. Maybe you want to roll back. Okay, we're almost done with the first class. We're almost there. So rocking the feet back and forth, left to right. Settle back into your body in this relaxed position. If you've gone into thoughts of the future, forgive yourself and just come back to this moment. You're doing yoga right now, you're on your mat. There's nowhere else to be, there's no dinner to be cooked, and there's no children to attend to. You're just giving yourself this time, this place, this moment. Great. Alright, so inhale the right leg all the way up. And we'll hold it here for a breath. Exhale, float it down. And then inhale the left leg up. Keep trying to keep the left leg straight. You can use your hands to wrap behind the thigh to pull it in a little closer. Notice how that feels good. And then exhale, float it down. Inhale, right leg up. Same thing here. You could grab the back of that thigh and pull it a little closer. It really feels good for me throughout that whole back leg, my hamstrings. Exhale, float it down. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale down. This time, don't let it touch. Inhale the right up. Exhale down. Don't let it touch. Inhale the left. Exhale both down. I know it's a little difficult. If you couldn't stay with me there, that's okay. Something for you to try maybe next time or tomorrow. And relax the belly, relax the brain. We'll inhale the left leg in towards the chest. Pause here for a moment. We want to release the low back. And drawing that right knee over the left side of the body. Reaching out with the right. And once again, if you have a prop, anything, cushion, sweaters, I don't know, something to place under that right knee, that might help you out here. The goal is not necessarily to touch the floor, but one day you will get there. Otherwise, just enjoy the twist, reaching out with that right hand, which is in a straight line with my shoulders. Left hand placed on that right thigh to bring it a little bit closer down. Relax the eyes, relax the face. Totally surrender to this moment. Just let it all go. And then we'll roll back onto our backs. Draw the right knee in. And exhale, let her reach it out nice and long. Inhale the left knee into the chest. Drawing it a little bit closer into the body. Reaching that right leg nice and long. Relaxing the face. And then we'll gently draw it over the right side of the body, reaching out nice and long with this left arm. Trying to keep that left shoulder as close to them as possible. I know it's going to want to pop up, but we want to kind of just send some energy to it to let it to fall back down to the mat. Right hand here is being used as a leverage to bring that left knee a little bit closer down to the ground. And then take a moment to enjoy this twist, hip opener. This is laying pigeon pose. One more breath. Rolling nice and slow back onto the spine. Draw that left knee in closer to the chest. And exhale, send it out. Wave the feet back and forth. Maybe rock the head back and forth. And we'll do one last pose here. So it's bridge pose. I wanted to throw in an inversion here to get you kind of started, especially with inversions. It's good to incorporate them in any yoga practice. Why? Because anytime you get a chance to bring the lower half of the body over the upper, we'll allow for blood stagnancy to flow back to the heart, which is continually pumping blood to our extremities throughout the whole day. So it's, allowing for release really, and to calm the heart, to calm the nerves. So we'll bend both knees, and we'll bring the hands underneath so we can touch the ankles with our fingertips. And the feet are about hips width apart here. So inhale, lift the hips, press through the feet, ground, grab the hands together, and then start to roll onto the backs of your shoulders as you lift the hips a little higher and lift through the top of the chest. Be careful with your neck. Deep breath, pressing into my arms. If it feels unsafe at any moment, lower slowly and come out of the pose. Pressing through the feet, lifting the hips, lifting the chest. One more breath. Release the hands, lower the hips down nice and slow. Hopefully, are taking a nice deep exhale after that. And then we'll do something called windshield wipers. So my feet are still hips width apart. And then I'm going to let both knees fall to the left. Inhale, exhale, fall to the right. Inhale, exhale to the left. And do this a couple more times. You can work on pressing your butt into the mat for a little bit of a butt massage. It feels pretty nice. Ooh, maybe get a little hip hop going. I'm pressing. I'm just letting the knees fall to one side or the other. I said wheel was your last pose, but I lied. Doing a little bit of windshield wipers here. Okay. Something in my nose. That happens during yoga. So we'll forgive ourselves. Stretch out both legs nice and long and come to the final resting pose, which is called Shavasana or corpse pose. So now you can fully release. Let anything go. Anything that you're holding on to. And prepare for a guided meditation.
Let your entire body be heavy. Try to pay attention to the sensations of this moment, around you and in your body, and even your mind. Just notice. Then notice your mind wants to run to planning, worrying, or getting a grasp on things. We run from the unknown, uncontrollable moments to a strategy of control. Notice this urge to run, to control. Don't act, do nothing, just observe, taking no action. Finding that place of stillness within. Let your breath take you even deeper into this meditation, allowing any thoughts that arise to fall away, coming back to the breath, being the observer, taking your time, letting it all go, letting your body be incredibly heavy, relaxed. And each time thoughts try to take you away, just come back to your breath. See if you can allow your body to relax even more. And don't beat yourself up if you're having a hard time clearing your mind. Let your exhale go all the way down to your toes. And then inhale back through the nostrils and see if you can follow the breath all the way down to the feet. Continue this cycle for a few moments. And bringing yourself back into this moment, start to wiggle your toes and blink your eyes.
Coming on from the left or the right side of the body, start to curl in like a fetal position. Cradling yourself like a child. Take a moment before you rise all the way up again. And then we'll slowly come back up to a seated position. Keeping your eyes closed. Bring the hands to the tops of the knees. Take a deep exhale. Inhale through the nostrils. Bring your hands to the heart. Give thanks to yourself and your body for showing up on your mats, for doing this practice, taking the time out of your busy day. Maybe you're doing this at the end of a busy day, so give thanks for that as well. For joining me in this balancing yoga flow, I hope you check in for day 2 and day 3. I hope it helps you cultivate some balance in your practice. Thanks for joining me. Tara Marie here with Hearth Yoga. Check me out and look forward to doing more yoga with you. Namaste.